Hi Aquarians, it's B. Welcome to my channel Psychic Sounds by B. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologize for this bright light back here, but I can't find a better spot for my computer right now. So we'll just have to make do. I would like to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers. I am absolutely blown away because I started this channel 2.5 months ago and I already have over 6,000 subscribers. So I just want to thank all of you that have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed and you would like to, I would really appreciate that, but of course that choice is yours. Thank you so much for all of your likes and your shares. I really, really do appreciate it. Okay, Aquarians, what do we have going on? Well, we have a lot of planetary changes that are happening, and we have got to get right down to it because the video is probably going to be pretty long, anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. But I want to make sure that I capture all of these energetic changes so that you can be prepared to move forward into the month of June and what may be happening for you on an energetic level. Okay, let's get to it. All right, Aquarians, what do we have going on? Well, we have the Sun on the 22nd moving into your 5th house of romance, children, and creativity and risk taking. Now this video is considered the June 2015 monthly video, but the energies that I describe here are going to be energies taking place between the 22nd and the 21st of June. So the 22nd of May to the 21st of June, and the reason that is because the Sun ingresses into Gemini, and the Sun filters all of those Geminian energies into what is manifested into our consciousness. So what are the Geminian energies? Communication, networking, multitasking, making sense out of chaos. This is going to be where the influences are going to happen for you as it relates to the house that the Sun is currently in. Now for you, the Gemini house is in your 5th house. And like I said, this is about romance, children, creativity, risk-taking. So your focus is going to be on children, or your children, or children at large. You know, maybe you work for an organization that takes care of children if you don't have any children of your own. Romance. This could be, I'm sorry for the smoke, it's the Palo Santo wood clearing out energies from the prior sign. So no, my house is not burning down. So anyway, romance. You will be focused a lot on romance, and it is where your attention is going to be for most of you. In other areas, it could be focused on creativity. So you might be manifesting something that was in your mind, and Aquarians are out-of-the-box thinkers, so you might be developing something completely brand new. Maybe you're developing an app. Maybe you're developing a new process, something like that, where you've utilized your creativity and now this is what you are focused on. Now the thing is that since the Sun is in Gemini, all of the other planets in Gemini are affecting these areas as well. So we've got Mercury retrograde in your 5th house. We've got Mercury going direct in your 5th house. Mercury retrograde happens tomorrow, which is the 18th or 19th, depending upon where you are in the world. But Mercury goes retrograde at this time. Now, I don't know about any of you, but the pre-shadow time with Mercury, which was about a week and a half ago, was just crazy. With Mercury retrograde, we have miscommunication. We have electronics going buggy. We have just generalized confusion, fogginess, delays, a lot of delays with travel. So this could be affecting you as it relates to your house of children, romance, and creativity. So there might have been a delay with your creativity or launching a project. There might be a delay as it relates to your children. So you may have, wanted your child to go to a certain preschool and you haven't heard back from that school yet, and you don't know where your child is going to be placed or something of that sort. Romance, there might be a delay as it relates to you making a decision regarding romance. So that could potentially be how this manifests. And then Mercury goes direct on the 11th of June. And once Mercury goes direct on the 11th of June, all of this fogginess, confusion, misinterpretation, miscommunication is going to clear up. So don't make any decisions. It's time for reassessment, reevaluation, review as it relates to your 5th house matters. Now the thing is you're going to want to move forward with these 5th house matters because Mars is in this same house. It is in Gemini. So you are going to have aggression, you are going to have passion as it relates to these matters. So for some of you Aquarians out there, this is going to be a very passionate time as it relates to your relationship, intimacy with another. So just letting you know kind of how this will manifest. You may also have passion and aggression as it relates to your children. They may have you on your last nerve. Okay, this is potentially how this could manifest as well. Now, Venus, thank goodness, is currently in your 6th house until the 4th of June. So what this is doing is it is giving you a lot of love and compassion and understanding as it relates to your 6th house matters. So as it relates to your work duties, as it relates to your everyday errands, as it relates to your health, okay? So right now, and Venus is indulgent, okay? So you might be putting on a few pounds because you're overindulging right now, okay? And as it relates to the 6th house matter, say for example you do have a child that is kind of getting on your last nerve because Mars is currently in your 5th house, you could be at a point where you're just like, you know what, I love my children, they are on my last nerve, but I love them, I'm just going to work through this. And this is what Venus does for you. Now, after the 4th of June, Venus is going to move into your 7th house. The 7th house is about partnerships, business partnerships, romantic partnerships. It's also the house of open enemies. You may be joining forces with an open enemy, somebody that you know that you do not particularly trust, but you have to work with them. This might be going on right now, and you might be in a situation where you are like, okay, I've got to work with this person. I need to bring the compassion. I need to bring, the kindness and the understanding back. So you're not as openly disgruntled with this business partnership, okay? Or you are not as openly disgruntled with your romantic partnership, because this is what Venus does. Once Venus moves into the 7th house, things are going to simmer down, and she is going to bring some energies that just kind of soften everything up a little bit. So that is going to be absolutely wonderful, so that you can deal with these miscommunications, misinterpretations, electronic bugginess, confusions that are happening because of Mercury retrograde, which is currently in your 5th house. Now, let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is currently moving retrograde in your 11th house. What does this mean? Saturn is giving you a second chance to restructure that which you want to have restructured. It's dipping in again to give you a second chance to be able to restructure everything as it relates to networking, hopes, wishes, dreams, goals. So for example, you were at work, okay? 8 months, 9 months ago, you wanted to partner with somebody, but every time you wanted to move forward, something was delayed, something was, there was a political aspect to it, and you just couldn't move forward. It's like you want this person on your team, but for whatever reason, this has been absolutely just stalemated, and you just don't even know why. All you care about is, I want to reach my goal, I want to move forward, I want to make my hopes, my wishes, and my dreams come true, and the way to do that in my career is to get this person on board, okay? Saturn has allowed you a second opportunity to restructure this particular area of your life, okay? This also has to do with networking and friends. So just retrofit that into your networking and your friends arena as well. Now, the second half of June, Saturn is then going to retrograde into your 10th house, which is about career, and it is about status. So you're going to be restructuring your status, okay? You're going to be finalizing and redoing and looking at ways to solidify your status and your career. So all this work that you've been doing with your networks, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals and your groups, okay, that work that you've been doing there, now that Saturn is going into your career house, it's going to give you another opportunity to restructure how you want your career to be. So it is highly likely that once Saturn starts going direct, you are going to see your hopes, wishes, and dreams manifest because you have been taking the time to restructure and solidify the relationships as they relate to your career, okay? Now, the other thing is status. So some of you might be going from single status to married status. Some of you might be going from married status to single status, okay? So just, like I said, just retrofit these energies in whatever way it resonates with you. There are several ways to look at this, but I do not want to spend all day. I just give a couple examples to help you out, just to kind of give you an idea of how it could be manifesting for you. The other thing we have going on is the new moon is happening on the 17th or the 18th, depending upon where you are in the world. I am making this recording, or I'm doing this recording on the 17th. So tonight here in the US, we have our new moon. And what the new moon is for intentions. You want to set your intentions for what you want to manifest for the next 4 months up to a year from now. So at this new moon, for you Aquarians, this is about your 4th house. This is about making improvements to your home, getting a new home, wanting to spend more time with family, to sell or buy, to redecorate or refinance your home. So if this is something that you've been looking at, this new moon is perfect. Light a candle or go into a very serene, calm place, maybe out in nature, and just say to the universe, this is what I want to manifest in the next 4 months to the next year. Okay, sometimes I have even seen manifestations happen as early as a month later. So however you want to use this, just make sure that when you set these intentions, that you have every intention of putting the work in to make it a reality. Okay, you've got to do your part as a co-creator in your manifestations with the universe. The other thing we have happening is we have a full moon happening on the 2nd and the 3rd of June, depending upon where you are in the world. So for you, this full moon is in your 11th house. This means there is a culmination, there is a climax, or there is an ending as it relates to your 11th house matters. And I've already talked about your 11th house. So this is about goals, hopes, wishes, dreams, groups, networking, okay? So this may be what happens for you on this full moon. You may end a friendship, or you may end an argument with a friend. You may have your friendships on a very high agenda. So this may be something that you're emotionally driven with and focused on. You may culminate a very important friendship at this full moon. You will go deeper into thought regarding your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals, because full moons bring emotion. And the full moon in June is in Sag, and Sag is a very optimistic sign. So I am not seeing a lot of bad things happen with this full moon. I am certainly seeing that this full moon can actually be quite beneficial. So I am seeing more culminations and climaxes as opposed to endings. But again, it is to be retrofitted for your specific environment or your specific situation that you are currently in at the present time. Now, the big news is Neptune is going retrograde on the 12th. It is no coincidence that Neptune goes retrograde on the 12th and Mercury goes direct on the 11th of June, okay? The day before and the day after. So what happens when Neptune goes retrograde? Neptune generally exudes energies that are, Neptune rules the theater, it rules cinema, it rules film. It's all about putting out these visions of things that could be, but really are kind of nebulous. They're mysterious, they're alluring, you know, those types of things, but sometimes they're not grounded in reality. Okay, Neptune is about illusion and delusion. Neptune is also about intuition and psychic ability. It is also about creativity. It is about the the entrepreneur. It is about visionaries. For example, if you would want to put a personality to Neptune, Steve Jobs was a Pisces. Okay, Neptune rules Pisces. George Washington, a Pisces. Okay, so those types of energies are what Neptune carries. Now, when Neptune goes retrograde, the energies go within. Okay, they're not as outwardly, they're within. So all of us, once Neptune goes retrograde, are going to have an increase in intuition and potential psychic phenomena, or experiencing psychic phenomena. So what may happen here is, for example, you could be walking into a grocery store and you just feel like, I don't want to be here, I'm going to leave. And then you find the next day that there was a shooting, or that there was a big brawl, or that there was a massive amount of food that had like like E. coli or something like that. Okay, so just be aware of listening to your intuition at this time. The other thing that happens with Neptune retrograde is the rose-colored glasses come off. The illusion and the delusion is gone. When Neptune goes retrograde, reality hits and it literally brings us down to the ground with a bump. Some of the signs out there, especially Pisces, are going to literally take off the rose-colored glasses, look at matters for what they really are, and they're going to make decisions based off of the cold, hard facts and reality. When Neptune goes retrograde, reality will be revealed. You will be able to catch people in bold-faced lies or misinterpretations of information. This is what Neptune retrograde is going to do. The high points of Neptune retrograde and these illuminations regarding truth are going to happen between the 6th and the 11th of June. This is the high point. This is when all of the information is going to come out. Again, with Mercury retrograde, with there being misinformation, electronics going buggy, delays, misinterpretation of facts, all of this, potentially sending a text to somebody that shouldn't have gotten it, or you receiving a text from somebody that didn't mean to send it to you, or an email. It could be any sort of communication. It could be a phone call. It could be anything, or even potential gossip that's happening right now that may have a smidgen of truth with it after doing research. Okay, so this is what is happening. Universe is revealing truths to all of us so that we can protect ourselves and so that we can move forward on our spiritual paths armed with appropriate information, so that we can definitely maintain our integrity and move in a direction that will serve our higher purpose. Okay, now for you, Neptune is going retrograde in your second house. So this is where all this truth is going to come out. Okay, so for you, it is your house of self-value, and it is your house of the money you make from the company you work for. So there might be something that is revealed to you as it relates to the money you make from the company you work for. You may find out that someone that does the exact same job as you, that just got hired and that you have tons more of experience with, is making more money than you. You know, this could potentially come about in this manner, and therefore it affects your self-value. You feel like you deserve more. So that is just one way that this energy can manifest for those Aquarians out there. Okay, let's go ahead and let's jump in to the reading. Now I'm going to pull 4 cards for the monthly energies. Now again, this is for the June 2015, but the energies that I talk about through the tarot reading are for the time frame from the 22nd of May until the 21st of June. Why is this? Because that is the time where the sun ingresses and the energies shift, and it ingresses into Gemini. Okay, so and then on the 22nd it will ingress into Cancer. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. The first card is for general energies. The second card is for work and finance. The third card is for emotional life, love life, and relationships, and those relationships can also be relationships at work. The fourth card is for health and well-being, and the last 2 cards are spiritual advice cards. So the first card is the spiritual advice, something that you can embrace to help you work through these energies, and the next spiritual card is for the challenges, what it is you need to overcome in order to walk your spiritual path, and in order for you to ensure that you are embarking in the goals that are for your highest good. Okay, here we go. Also, with Mercury retrograde, I would certainly like to advise that this is a time for reassessment, reevaluation, and like renegotiation. Do not make any steadfast decisions as it relates to the specific house that Mercury is going in retrograde for you, which would be your 5th house of children, romance, and creativity. Okay, what have we got? General energies, Aquarians, general energies. This one wants to come out for general. What do we got for work and finance? Work and finance, Aquarians, June 2015, Aquarians. Aquarians, work and finance, work and finance, work and finance, work and finance. Work and finance, love life, relationships, love life and relationships, Aquarians, love life and relationships. That one wants to come out. Let's talk about health and well-being, Aquarians, health and well-being. What have we got? Health and well-being for Aquarians. Health and well-being. This one wants to come out. Spiritual advice. This one wants to come out. Challenge, potential challenge here that needs to be overcome for Aquarians for June 2015. This one wants to come out. Okay. So Aquarians, what do we have for the general energies for June of 2015 for you? Okay, Aquarians, you've got the Ace of Swords. I am going to say that many of you are going to be triumphant, okay? You are going to reach that goal which you want to reach. You do this through cutting through all of the visual noise and getting the facts. I am going to say that between the 5th and the 11th of June, you guys are going to be ready and armed with specific information so that you can move forward on the 18th, 19th, or the 20th of June. You are going to be making a decision. You are done with the haggling back and forth, whether that is with relationships, whether that is with work, whether that is with your children, okay? You are making a command decision. You are coming out of a massive amount of confusion and fog as it relates to this specific situation that you are making a decision on. And what you have to understand here is that you are a major component as it relates to this specific decision. I am seeing that you will be triumphant. You will move through it because you are armed with specific information now. The other thing, the way that you do this, the way that you move through this, you have all pure intent. Okay, it's almost like you're doing this because it is a calling. You are doing this because it is of spiritual significance to you. It is all about fairness, and it is all about balance. What is your work life and financial life like for June 2015? Here we go, Aquarians. You've got the 3 of Wands. This is all about negotiation. You are negotiating finances. You are negotiating finances with your significant other. You are negotiating finances with banks. You are potentially going in for a loan, and it looks really, really good. Again, you are going to be triumphant. As it relates to negotiations at work, whatever it is that you are part of, that you are helping with making this decision, or you are making the decision yourself, this is all about this particular negotiation, and you will be triumphant in that negotiation. So that is just beautiful energy to have. For some of you, you might be negotiating a better salary. For some of you, you are negotiating how to bring disparate departments or disparate entities together to work as a unified whole so that the goal can be met. That's all I'm getting from this card. They're pretty much telling me to stop right now, so I'm going to stop. Okay, so what do we have for love life and relationships? You have the Page of Swords. There, as it relates to work relationships, if you are working, you know, there are potentials out there where there is gossip as it relates to these potential relationships. So you are trying to bring these disparate entities together to make them work as one unified whole. But the problem with this is there's some politics, there's some backbiting, there is some potential just misinformation just in general. The thing about it is, you see how he holds this sword? Well, guess what sword that is? You've got the information, Aquarian. You're the one that's armed here. Okay, so it doesn't even matter if anybody is gossiping, you know, about you at work or whatever. You have got all of the information to move forward on your goal with the facts. You are the one that's on top of this game, and that is like no doubt in my mind. Now, for those of you that maybe you know, are talking about an emotional love life relationship, right now you are trying to navigate your way through the misinformation and the gossip that's going around about somebody that you may be interested in. You might be arming yourself with the truth, and this is exactly what I'm seeing. This is like the sword of truth. Okay, so you're wielding this sword of truth. You are dotting your I's, crossing your T's, making sure that that you are moving forward in truth. And this is what, you know, you are prepared to wield. Okay, so if there is somebody out there that is gossiping about your significant other, say for example, if somebody out there is interfering in your love life, in your relationship life, you are going to cut them down with the facts. You are going to cut them down and you are not even going to look back. You are prepared to just, you know, go for it. And this information, this intellect, and you are an air sign, okay? So this is like you here, okay? So in this particular case, you are ready and prepared to fight for what it is you want to fight for. Now, again, if this is, you know, say you're not dating and say you're not with anybody at the present time, right now what you're doing is you are looking at your options, and you are going to literally cut anyone away that does not match what your expectations of a significant other should be. You're not even giving them the time of day. You are only going to allow those people in your life that support you and that are truthful with you and that are willing to work with you and negotiate a partnership with you. For those of you potentially, this just came in, okay, for those of you that potentially are looking at embarking, or if you are not employed right now and you are embarking on a new career path, you will be successful. There's some type of negotiation happening. So for example, if you put your application in there, you may not have heard anything back yet, but and in fact you may be hearing that, oh, that position was already taken, or, oh, you know, we've got that position saved for somebody else. It's gossip. It doesn't mean anything. So you just mind your P's and Q's and keep on trucking, because it looks like you are the victorious one out of this, and this negotiation will be successful for you. Okay, so what do we have going on for health and well-being? Wow, Aquarians, you have the 10 of Cups. This is beautiful. You are actually getting your energy and your health from a divine family unit. Now this could be a family unit at work. This could be a family unit in your home. This could be your mom. This could be your dad. These are people giving you a lot of support. If you are embarking on a health regime, you have got your family, or you have got your friends that you consider family, that are backing you up and that are there for you. Some of your friends may actually embark on this new health regime with you. So say for example, you are joining a gym, you are going out and you are running every morning. You may have a group of people, or at a minimum at least one person, who is going to join with you so that you can bolster yourselves through this negotiation, okay, of combining the will to achieve that goal that you set out to achieve. And here, you know, this sword here is about cutting things out. So you might be cutting out fat, you might be cutting out sugar, you may be cutting out fat literally. I mean, you may be dropping pounds, like cutting out you know, a body fat percentage and increasing your muscle tone. That could be what's going on here. As it relates to work, you know, you've got a good, healthy work life. For those of you that have this healthy work life, you know, you guys are triumphant. I mean, you're about to celebrate. There is some type of negotiation happening where you are going to celebrate. That does not mean that there is not misinformation out there. That does not mean that there is not gossip out there, but you will persevere and you will win. Okay, what do we have for spiritual advice for Aquarians? Wow, Aquarians, you have talent. Embrace your talent, Aquarians. You have got it and other people want it. This is something that will serve you well, to embrace your talents. Whether that talent is creative, whether that talent is analytical, like a scientist, or a PhD, or I'm hearing accounting. I don't know why I'm hearing accounting, but I'm hearing accounting. Okay, I'm hearing development. There's a lot of you in development right now, like business and development. This is beautiful, because as you embrace your talents, and as you embrace the talents of others, you Find the truth. You cut out that which no longer serves, and people and divisions or departments that no longer serves, that are gossiping about you behind your back. You cut them out. And what you do, you create an environment of negotiation with people that want to work with you and want to be successful with you. And your end result is absolute celebration as a family unit, whether that be at work, whether that be at home. This is something that you are getting a lot of support with. So embrace your talents and embrace the talents of others, Aquarians, and let them shine. What is your challenge, Aquarians? Your challenge is clarity. Now this goes back to the Mercury retrograde cycle, and this is resonant with everything that is happening within your 5th house of children, romance, creativity. You need to overcome the lack of clarity. You need to overcome the gossip. Do not believe the gossip. Your goal is to find the clarity. Your goal is to remove that which is distracting you so that you can embrace your talents and other people's talents to successfully negotiate either a relationship, a personal relationship, a child relationship, like a relationship with your children, or a relationship at work, to achieve the overall goal of pure happiness, pure joy, and pure celebration. Okay, Aquarians, there's your reading for June 2015. I would like to remind you, before you move forward with any of the truth or information that you have or you will be finding out about, do not move on it until about the 18th to the 20th of June, after Mercury goes direct on the 11th and has time to get its feet under it and start bringing in that clarity, because you desperately need to wait for the clarity, and you're not going to want to wait. You have got Mars in that 5th house of creativity, children, and romance. You are going to want to move. You are going to want to be distracted by this gossip. You're going to want to believe the gossip. Do not believe it. Do not get the facts. If you get gossip, check, 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 and recheck. Do your research. Cut out the bull. Okay, that is what you need to do right now in order for you to move forward with your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals. And I wish you much luck. Now, before we leave this reading, I did ask a lot of my viewers, or asked all of my viewers, to send me how to say "I bow to the divine light within your soul" in their language. Well, I received a lot of responses, and thank you so much if you are one of the viewers that sent me a response in your language. But I did pick one at random, and it is from Botania Abid, or Botania Abid. So I hope I am saying that correctly, and this is the saying in Arabic. So I really hope that I do not butcher it. So here it goes. I bow to the divine light within your soul in Arabic. Ana anhani ila anur al ilahi al kamin fi ruhika. So if there are any of you out there that speak Arabic, if you just want to leave a comment and let me know how close or how far I was from accuracy as it relates to speaking Arabic, please feel free to do so. I am absolutely curious. So anyway, I wish you a wonderful June 2015, Aquarius. Again, be true to what you know is the truth. Okay? Much light, much love, and many blessings to you, Aquarians. Namaste.